when you're in those high stress situations, you don't realize, or you're coming off a certain way and maybe they don't mean it. So like miscommunication.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just so bullied, though some people are so bullied and so scared of retaliation, then you have to just go up the chain.
Yeah.
And you talk to your manager, your coordinators, your educators. And then a lot of times, actually, it's not fixed after that, unfortunately. I think we're getting away from that culture where we're dealing with things in the moment, which is amazing for all the progress I've wanted to make with bullying. So, and then you just keep following the chain of command. Like, the manager doesn't say anything, the director, the CNO. And like I said, there's hotlines at hospitals I've worked at in Boston, anonymous hotlines even, and say you're scared. I see you being bullied, but I'm so scared of retaliation, I can call a hotline. And, you know, I love when certain hospitals will do culture surveys because, like, how do you know? People are only going to act a certain way around management. So they're all going to be hunky-dory sometimes and like lovey-dory.
Yeah.
And
there was one thing that I remember from the PowerPoint that was talking about creating teams, like liaisons for like nursing, a liaison for surgery, liaison for anesthesia, like in regards to bullying, I think, and like being able to kind of like, all, you know, it's each discipline's responsibility to curb bullying in that realm. And if it like bleeds out into other places, like having like a champion to go to.
I love that.
You know, like I thought that was a great idea. I mean, implementing that in inpatient or like med-surg units or something, having a resident, having a nurse, having a, you know, PCA, or, you know, just making sure that everybody, I thought it was a great idea that could be easily implemented. Like somebody that you can go to that might not be management, that also has a rapport with these other, you know, disciplines that you might be having problems with.
Yeah, I love that. I love it all. You know that. Even just like certain hospitals have mentors too. Like when you're new, you get a mentor. And like, how great is that? Like you have a mentor that you can run ideas by or that will help you with all this stuff. And
yeah, but I think you have to teach these ways, you know, you need to have examples that are implemented in your hospital before you can have mentors that are, you know, confident and competent.
The biggest thing is just having like the role models, or like there's a presentation that Cindy Bianchini, she has like her DNP, she's brilliant. She did a presentation. We worked in a system of 7 hospitals together, and she would do role play. She would get up there on stage and role play. And I was like, this is so amazing. She's giving you a script.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's brilliant. And she was, you know, to me, she was like a huge role model with this, and she never tolerated it. And I would see her in meetings, and I just love that someone who's such a powerhouse and like is so sweet at the same time. Like I was like, we would go and we would meet with even CNOs. Her and I did a lot of, because we taught peri-op together. She was the head of the residency and I was teaching peri-op at the time. So we would go to meetings and we would say, we're not tolerating this. And I think that's what it starts with. You tell your employees you will not tolerate this behavior.
Yeah.
You make people sign contracts. I know a place I worked in Oregon, you had to sign a behavioral contract. Like New York City, the surgeon who had to go to anger management.